People have no clue of how bad the economy is going to get. They're going to just let either the stock market is going to do one or two things. It's either going to increase temporarily, and all these people are going to be able to flood back into jobs, and then a few months later, it's going to just bottom completely out. And people will try to go to wake up one morning, and they can't even, when they get to work, it'll be totally shut down. They'll go in and wonder why their business isn't open, and they won't have any clue of what happened. It will come with no warning, or it will happen. The free fall that is happening now will continue, but it will not improve at all, and then completely bottom out there. Either way, as Americans, we are screwed. Well, I can't say as Americans. Esau is totally screwed because they've never had to truly deal with this. And if you listen to the commentaries everywhere, they keep saying this economy is like no other. They've never seen anything like this. They don't know how this is going to go. I know how it's going to go. I mean, or at least I have an idea of how it's going to go. It's not pretty. Everything around us is telling us, prepare to meet the Creator. He is coming back, and he is not. His son, Yahushua, is coming back, and he is not a happy camper. He's not coming to hand everybody some roses. He's coming with a vengeance. He's coming for revenge. Okay? He's coming to stomp you down. This country have their hand in every catastrophe that has happened around this world. Probably even had their hand in the Indian Ocean tsunami. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. If they did have their hand in it, rather. Because I don't think it was a natural disaster that caused over 250,000 people, or is it million people, to just be wiped off the face of the planet in one fell hour. 1 hour. Just gone. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about what is about to happen. The whole world is raging against this place because they've come here and they've fed off of Babylon, and now Babylon is falling. Babylon economically, Babylon spiritually. Well, it never really was a Christian country. It's not even a country. Forget that. It's not a country. It never was a Christian nation, as people like to say, because they've never upheld the words of the Bible. Nope. They have more faith in their own laws than they do in the laws of the Bible. Shoot, Bush recently said that he doesn't believe in the Bible. Duh. But people want to hold on to their ahs. They want to hold on to their pipe dreams. And they're going to be sad. I really do feel sorry because for the last 30 years, 40 years, everything's been falling apart slowly but surely. Now they have nothing to lose by letting it completely bottom out. There is nothing to lose. I mean, come on, how you have a man, Madoff, who made off with $50 billion for what, 10 years, and no one knew what this man was doing? No one knew that he was deceiving people? I don't buy that. I don't buy it one bit. And in all of these banks, they've already given out $1 to $2 trillion that they've told us about. No telling how many extra trillion they've given that they haven't told us about. Last I read, one estimate I read was up to $17 trillion of undocumented monies to these financial institutes And these same financial institutes turn around and kick folks out of their home. And then say, then still go to Washington and say we need more money. While they turn to you, who may only owe a few $1,000s or however much your home is worth, and they tell you to get out or we'll drag you out. What kind of sense this is making? You still think, these idiots still think this is the greatest place on earth? Babylon has never been great. Babylon will always, each and every time, it continuously falls. Each and every time. Then what are you going to do? When you start seeing people who are used to making $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 a year, now they're sitting up here competing for $7 an hour jobs at McDonald's. And even McDonald's will be laying off because no one will be able to afford to go in there for the subsidized dollar menu. Okay? Which is poisoning everyone. You're going to see the bread lines are also increasing at the same rate that the donations to those bread lines the bread lines are increasing as the donations are decreasing. They're finally using common sense and are going to the farmers, are going to the fishers and stuff like that to be able to gather the stuff they're just going to let rot anyway so they can feed people. It's going to get bad before it gets worse. And I wish people would stop acting like it's going to be better. It's only a bump in the road. It's not a bump in the road. It's the wall at the end of the road that everyone is running headlong into. The cliff at the end of the road that everyone is falling over and falling off of. And Esau don't even realize it. Doesn't even realize it. They see it getting more and more congested up there, but they're still running headlong forward. And in a small way, I do feel sorry for them because they honestly have no clue. They honestly have no clue. And it's sometimes a little funny too when you mention about Esau, how they get nervous and start shaking and stuttering. It's like they know, their spirits know who you're talking about. They know that they are the one whom the whole world will narrowly look upon and cuss out and wonder why they were afraid of them. It's almost over. But as I stated earlier, it's going to get worse, bad, before it gets worse. They're going to fool you into thinking it's going to get better. Everyone in your new Obama savior, who has promised that he's going to continue on this path, that he's going to offer more bailouts, which means it's going to get worse or even more bad. He's promised that he's going to see to the needs of the corporation. And you black folks that thought that y'all were voting for a black man, which is really a Hamite, you're all going to be sorely disappointed when all of a sudden your Savior, your God, tells you to go screw yourself. Because that's pretty much what he's saying. He is telling everyone to go screw yourself. Oh well.